Hey guys, Rich Lopez with the Droptine Traditions podcast, episode 125. Never thought I'd be this far into it. I have Mark with me, Mark Harrison from Omnivores, Homestead, and Quivers. Hopefully, we'll have his wife Allison on when she gets back in. But before I get into it, I want to recognize the supporters of the show: Traps Feather Rests, Traditional Bowhunter Magazine, Salk Trail Archery, StickbowSupplies.com, Whiskey City Trad Gear, or WCTrad.com, Jesse Savage Blacksmith, very cool dude. TraditionalJunk.com, if you need a used bow, good quality used bow, reach out to them. St. Joe River Bow Company, TheEthicalPredator.com, and lastly, StickbowHuntsMX.com, my Mexico connection. So, Mark, how you been, brother?
Tired, crabby, sweaty.
Well, yeah, all of the above. I mean, now you told me this morning the power was going in and out because you had some storms come through.
Dude, so how far are you from me? I don't even know where you are.
All
You're like
right.
somewhere in the middle of the state, right?
I'm 28 miles west of Daytona Beach.
Okay, yeah, you're like in no man's land. So you didn't get that storm this morning?
We had no rain whatsoever. It's been beautiful all day.
You're kidding. Dude, this morning, I think it was 5 o'clock this morning. There was something like 200 lightning strikes in like 15 minutes, like all around us.
Mm-mm.
And we're flooding. So I'm in the cabin right now because my internet, believe it or not, is better in my hunting cabin than it is at the house. But literally, there's a river going right through by the front porch right now. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, you guys got kind of hammered hard last year
Dude,
by
it's
the
like
hurricanes. It
three
wiped out
years
your house.
straight.
Three
Oh
years
yeah,
straight. Now
yeah.
you rebuilt the house because you have a background in construction. Um,
Uh, kind of didn't rebuild it, but it's
oh,
gone. Like
oh, it's
it was
gone. So you went
it
up
was
with a new house.
yeah. I went 12 feet in the air. That this last house. So like put it this way, when we moved up here, I'm up by Crystal River, Inglis, Yankeetown area for people that are kind of wondering. And when we moved here, we knew that the house flooded. We knew, but how much water had gotten in this house, nobody would give you a straight answer. One guy would tell you there's 8 feet. Another guy would tell you there was 3 inches. Another guy would tell you there was 6 inches.
Mhm.
From what we could tell, there was like 3 inches water in the house. I didn't really care for the house very much, anyways. It was cheap, so me and Allison we started to lift it. We're because that's what I used to do. I used to lift buildings. So we went to put it up in the air together, and man, that was a journey. I mean, you couldn't even get underneath it. We had to dig holes to get underneath this house. And as we started getting it up in the air, we realized this is not structurally sound. But we already got it up a few feet. I'm like, you know what? We're good. Everything's going to be fine. Well, then they had the storm of a century come through, which was Hurricane Idalia. And
Mhm.
Idalia trashed us. Not a total loss, but trashed us pretty good. But the good news is we made it through and everything. And everybody's like, oh, that's the worst we've ever seen. I'm like, okay, if that's the worst anybody's ever seen, we're good from now on.
Right.
Enter Hurricane Helene. Helene put it was just insane. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, everything that you owned is just trashed, broken, 4 or 5 feet of water through the house. The shop I had lifted high in the air. Even that got trashed out. The hunt. All right, so your viewers going to be able to see video.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I could actually show you right here. So in this hunting cabin, I'm sitting on the couch right now. And here's our normal windows, and you see where the window's halfway right there.
Right.
That's how deep the water was in here. So where I'm standing, it was this deep.
That's nuts.
And the crazy thing is, I just bought this freaking cabin, so I had a meltdown. I mean, a total meltdown.
You kept it together because I watched your YouTube stuff and your posts religiously. I do all the time. And I was like, man, this guy's keeping it together. I could
No,
I
I did not keep it together, dude. I had a nervous breakdown yesterday. like, like I've had. There's been so many. Like it's been a ride, man. It's the old joke that me and Allison say. We've not stopped moving since alligator season 6 years ago. Like, and that's the joke. We could pinpoint to the exact moment that our life just went crazy, and it was that alligator season. We were rushing, trying to fill our tags because we were moving up here, and we were getting hit by a hurricane. So me and Kevin were out in the water, and yeah, it was just a dumpster fire, and it just snowballs. I mean,
I remember
we're
when you were
busy.
digging the culvert to run the pipe through in there
Oh
to
yeah, dude, the
divert the
culverts.
water. Oh my God, that was a job.
So because we lost the road, that was during COVID. Like I'm telling you, it's just one thing after another. So we did all those culverts. Thank God for those things. But right now, the water is so high over those culverts, it's crested up and over the road again. So
Oh
we're
boy.
probably gonna, if it keeps raining, we're gonna lose the road again. So why do I live out here is what a lot of people keep asking me. Like,
Yeah.
with all the stuff, dude, once you're out here, that's it. There's no reason to live anywhere else. I mean, especially now that we're up in the air. I mean, we're up 12 feet in the air. I mean, people are like, oh, now you don't need to evacuate. I'm still evacuating. Like, you're new down here. Just to give you a heads up, if they tell you to evacuate, you get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going to
Don't.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
know. And I'm luckily, I'm in Volusia County, and where I am, my house is actually literally the highest house on the street.
yeah.
So when the river's going down the street, I'm watching it, and people in boats on my street, the water isn't even on my front lawn. It's
Yeah.
at the base of it. So I'm lucky in that regard. And, hip waders and all that stuff I kept from when I fished. But yeah, it's different here. I'm used
It's
to it
still
now.
It's still the greatest though. Like the other day, like it's so funny. Like where my tree stands are, there's about 3 feet of water right now. But what's crazy is now that all this flooding happened, the hunting is going to get even better because literally you can go to just the high spots and there'll be so many animals running around.
That's what I was
I
going
mean,
to ask you.
it's tricky. I would rather. You could ask anybody that I hunt with, where am I going if I'm going to hunt? I'm going straight for water because that's where life is. Down here, if you're not hunting by water, you're not killing anything. It's just not happening.
Mhm.
There's a few people that are good at hunting these planted pines, these palmetto patches. Most of them are hunting a rifle because you could reach out and poke something. But swamps are the way to go, and it just gets better and better. The more rain, the better it gets. But this hurricane, though, did jack everything up. Honestly, I really believe that the hurricane drowned most of the animals out here. And I really believe it because I had one of the worst hunting seasons I've ever had. Not just because of all the issues that were going on, but just animals weren't here. But out of nowhere, you know how fast pigs breed.
Yeah,
So, I mean, the population, boom, it's back up and pigs are moving again. So I'm happy.
that's good. That's good. Um, Let me backtrack a little bit because we could really go down some rabbit holes.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so where were you born and raised?
I was born in Connecticut.
Okay.
I lived up there pretty much most of my life. Um, had a nervous breakdown July 4th, 13, 14 years ago over taxes and bills and rent and mortgages and all that stuff. I packed up and I left and I came to Florida.
Yeah, it's kind of why I'm here because my wife retired, so now we were down to a one income family.
Yeah,
And
taxes, man.
taxes, it was Maryland, so it's a brutally liberal state. I was paying
Oh,
I
I
was
know.
paying the IRS every year. I was like, this has got to stop. So she goes, it'll stop when we move. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I did not want to leave my 3 acres, my beautiful home, and deer hunting half a mile away from the house, which I still go to, so I still have access to that. I
The
said,
deer hunting is so good in the north, though. It's
oh,
especially Maryland, Jersey,
mhm.
Connecticut, Rhode Island. All of those places are the best deer hunting there is.
Yeah, I mean, 100 deer per square mile.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had the highest deer population in the United States in Connecticut. That it was insane. I don't know if that's what it was back in the day. I'm pretty sure it's still the same.
Now, I'm going to plug your mom real quick.
Oh yeah,
Mark, for those of you on Facebook and follow Mark's Facebook page and channel, his mom is the North to South lady
yeah.
on there, and super nice lady. How's she doing?
She's mom. We're just
We've all
how
got
how
one.
is your mother that just decided to pick up bow hunting for the first picked up hunting just what's it been 2 3
Two, 3 years,
years now?
3 years, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
she's ate up with it.
oh god, dude, mom. I hope mom's gonna end up here and she's gonna get upset. I wake up every morning and hear bring, 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 bring. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's all of her trail camera photos. She's like, look, I've got a deer. Oh, look at this deer. I'm like, damn it, mom, it's just deer.
I think her big thing is she wants to kill a bear.
She's already killed a bear. My
Oh,
mom's
she
killed.
has.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh
No.
god, mom smoked a bear. This last season was a bust. The season before, she thumped a bear, and my mom's like, my mom is still new to hunting, so she doesn't understand like yardage. How far is it? She's like, it was quite a few feet. I'm like, we're
Yeah.
not talking feet, mom. Like,
Yeah. We
she shot
obsess
this
over
deer,
yards.
and I'm like, how big is it? It was probably 120 pounds. I'm like, mom, like, and she shows me the photos and everything. I'm like, mom, like, that's not a 120-pound bear. She's
I
like,
was like,
well, how big is it? I'm like, well, my mom's a heavier set lady. I'm like, mom, you're close to 2, okay? So that bear is more than double your size. She's like, I never thought of it that way. My mom shot like a 400 freaking pound bear.
now, was she in Maine when she shot that?
She's all right. So mom is back and forth. Mom got sick of taxes. I love it. We should just call mom up and just bring her on right now because she's funny as hell to talk to.
Oh, I know. I like
So
talking to her when I go to the shoots. I look for her.
dumpster fire. So she got sick of taxes and issues, ended up in Florida, hated the heat a bit. They ended up building up in Maine. So they build up in Maine, they build down in Florida, and they just kind of travel back and forth depending on their mood. So it's disorganized and there's no plan or anything like that, but they just go for it. But yeah, she's up there. She actually starts putting bear bait in, I think, in like 8 days.
Okay.
But Maine's a weird place, man. It's weird. Like
Well, for years I hunted extreme northern Maine, Jackman, Maine. I bear hunted up there for the
that's
longest time.
Canada. That's not Maine, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it is. Yeah, because I could walk 2 miles, I'd be in Canada.
So how Maine works, in my opinion, is you have Maine, which is anything on the coast, and it's all owned by lesbians. And then if you're away from the coast, that's Canada.
Okay, I get it. Owned by lesbians. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think we have any lesbians listening to the show. So
No, I don't think we ever will. Ever. But sidebar here. There's a dude I've been following on YouTube named Peter Sentinello. This dude travels throughout the U.S. and abroad and hooks up with real people that are not afraid to speak their minds, and interviews them as to what's going on here, what's really going on here.
Oh boy.
You got to check him out, man. He did a series on Appalachia. Holy crap. Especially after the flooding in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. The government is like.
See, I'm trying to stay out of it. Like I got so frustrated in the South. So I moved from Connecticut and I moved down to Punta Gorda, Florida.
Okay.
Punta Gorda, it was cool. It was okay. I didn't realize how much white trash was down there. I'd never really seen white trash. I came from an upper class area. It turns out I was the white trash of Connecticut. So when you get down there, and yeah, it was rough. It was definitely rough. So I moved into a neighborhood. It was all brand new houses. I'm like, look at this. My house is the only crappy house around here. This is awesome. I'm like, this is going to be beautiful. Well, it turns out all of those new houses were Habitat for Humanity houses.
Oh boy, yeah, Section 8.
I didn't know what that was. I'd never heard of anything like that.
I worked for corporate America, and we are still members of Habitat for Humanity. So I'd have to offer up volunteer hours. So I remember working in certain buildings and housing to help.
Out of the 40 houses that I personally have witnessed that were Habitat for Humanity, I'd say 3 of the people deserved those houses and took care of them and cared about them.
Right.
It was a really strange thing that when I went to sell my house down there to get the hell out of there, I actually had to go and cut everybody's lawn in the neighborhood so that way it actually looked presentable, and I would run around and clean the whole place up. But when we moved up in here, that's why we live up where we're at. I mean, somebody drives down my road here, they're lost. If I'm giving people directions to the house, I'm like, you're going to head down this road. And when you start getting scared, like you're doing something wrong, you're heading too far into the woods, you're only halfway there now. Like we're out there, man. Like we are way out there. And it's, what I love about this place the most? I don't see anybody if I don't want to see anybody. But if I want to go in and see civilization, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. So everything where I live, everything is a half an hour away. Well, everything that, that's kind of attraction. Crystal River's a half an hour. Ocala's a half an hour. All of those cool places and everything that you want to go.
Oh, Ocala. Okay. Well, I've got some friends in Ocala. So you're not, I don't mind going. I love going there.
It's too that's like New York City for me now. I've been in the woods too long. I get freaked out when I go to the grocery store now.
But every once in a while, I see you guys out and experimenting, getting some dessert and stuff. And
food, man. That's one thing I miss. Punta Gorda. That's the thing. I'll give these liberal cities and stuff one thing. them people know what food is. They know. If they got blue hair and freaky makeup, we're going to be eating good.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, how's your that syndrome you had from the meat?
Oh, alpha gal. So
Yeah.
I don't talk about it much, and I feel kind of bad because like I got lucky. So for who doesn't know, I got alpha gal syndrome. We're pretty sure I got it from TBOF right there in Ocala because that's where most people have been getting it. So, but I did get bit by a tick out here in the hammock, I think. So it could be that. So, long story short, I ended up getting like violently sick. I was one of those ones that ended up with like the stomach pains and the discomfort and the dizziness. I mean, it's so funny because I looked at Allison one day and I'm like, honey, I think I have alpha gal. And she's like, you're fine. Have some more steak, and just keeps feeding me sausage and everything. I'm like, I'm laying there dying.
Right.
So I finally got tested and I tested positive for alpha
Because
gal.
you never got sick, as far as she know. She knew.
She thinks I'm like a hypochondriac. Like I get sick on everything. If I smell sour milk from across the room, I can get a stomach ache. I'm one of those.
Well, it's funny because I've had the last 2 weeks, I've been having bouts of nausea, and I never
Okay.
get nausea. I mean, I haven't thrown up since the prom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? What has changed in my diet? And what I've been doing is I was rinsing after brushing my teeth every day. I rinse with a 50-50 solution of hydrogen peroxide and water.
Okay.
Well, what it was, I was kind of ingesting some of that. And
Really? You think
that's
that
what
was
was, it had to be because I stopped doing it and it stopped and went away.
I was gonna say,
And,
thank God, because like
yeah.
well, once you start saying nausea, when somebody says nausea, I'm like, oh my God, alpha gal, please no.
No,
Because
no, it's just one of those things where I don't get sick from anything. I could eat dog shit and I'd be fine.
see,
Um,
Allison too. Allison could eat out of garbage can and just be like, this is great.
yeah.
Like literally, she could chew her milk. Like she pours Lillian a glass of milk, and like Lillian's like, it's gone bad, Mom. I don't want to drink it. And like,
Okay.
what are you talking about? I've been drinking it all morning in my coffee. And literally, you pour it in the
You can
sink.
see it. Yeah, it's swirling in the coffee. Right.
Yeah, that's so gross.
I know.
Some people can. She's from Pennsylvania. She's able to do stuff like that. I can't.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
But
Clogging
yeah,
and
the
all that.
alpha gal, I ended up almost immediately. So, like, I have friends with alpha gal, so I knew about it, and that's how I was able to pinpoint what was kind of going on. And I had heard about a treatment called SAAT treatment, which is Solomon auricular something something something, and they shove needles in your ear. It's kind of like acupuncture, and honestly, I thought it was like a magic spell because this lady was insane that was doing this procedure. Very upper class place, but I mean, I was waiting her to start chanting and dancing in a circle. And so they did this thing. One of my needles didn't sit right, and I was pretty upset about it because it's really expensive. Anybody that's looking at this, it's like $500-600 for this procedure, and there's no guarantee it works. They don't know why it works. They don't know why it doesn't work. Sometimes it's a lot of hope and prayer, I guess you would say. So I got this thing done, but one needle didn't work right. And so I started eating some meat. Turns out I could eat everything but beef now. Had I gone back for a second procedure because that one needle failed, I probably would be able to eat beef. But truth be told, beef sucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucks. You
I
know,
haven't had a good. I haven't had good venison in a long time.
oh God, Florida deer is so good, dude. It's the best deer you'll ever eat.
I got to kill
But
one. I
Sal,
got to kill one.
I think you had said in your the itinerary for today's thing. Was it in there that you're like, what the hell is up with this quota system crap?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get
Oh
there.
man. Oh yes. See,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a dumpster fire, man.
Yeah. I know. Um,
Yeah,
I've got a
full
lot of
display.
friends that live in Georgia, so I'm only a 3 hour drive away from access.
Once
So
you figure out the state, though, it's not so bad. See, like I got it easy. I live in the center of a WMA. Everybody's like, "Where are you going hunting?" I'm like, "I got
backyard.
23,000 acres in the backyard. It's expensive, but is my deer hunting any good here? To be honest, my deer hunting sucks here.
Now you and
Absolutely.
Allison travel. I remember last year you guys went gun hunting.
Yeah, we travel every year back down towards Arcadia.
Okay.
So when I was living in Punta Gorda, I picked up a property down there in the Peace River, and it's like a petting zoo. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. Like you'll see 50 deer in a sit, no problem, every single time. Especially like the past couple of years have been even better because they keep getting smoked by hurricanes. So it's just pushing everything into one spot. But yeah, every year we make a road trip down there to Arcadia. This last year was an interesting because keep in mind we lost 500 pounds of meat at least. We lost our chest freezer. I lifted it up in the air during the flood. I'm like, it'll be fine. Well, turns out all the debris smashed the chest freezer, knocked it over. Here I am. I can only eat my normal meat and stuff like that. So we went down on a mission. We dropped, I want to say 7 deer in 12 hours.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
and
saw
good.
you guys had some nice eaters. I call them eaters.
Oh yeah. See, I cheat though when I go down. So Allison's just straight up rifle. She's there for a meat hunt and that's it. Me, I feel dirty with a rifle. I just don't feel right. Do I want to go down with a bow? Yes, but it's a meat hunt. So I bring my flint. What I use? I cheated big time when I brought a side lock this year. And I went with a cap ball, 50 cal.
I love primitive gun stuff. So you're
It's
talking to
so
the right guy. I
it's
love
still a
flint.
fish in a barrel though. It's so easy. Like people are like,
Fl-
oh, flintlock is so hard. I'm like, dude, like try shooting some stone at some stuff and then tell me how
yeah.
hard a flintlock is.
Yeah, exactly. So who got you into bow hunting in general? How did that start for you?
Um, well, I started with compound just like most people. When I was like I started late in life, believe it or not. I think I was like 16, 17 years old. And I was just interested in hunting in general. My uncle kind of hunted, but he looked like a hunter and acted like a hunter and claimed he used to when he was young. But the truth is, he really didn't know very much. He used to just whack and stack stuff with a gun. But it got me kind of going. But I enjoyed bow. Connecticut was bow friendly. You were allowed unlimited deer if you hunted with a bow there. They just kept giving you tags. The population was so high, but yeah, I started with compound around 16, kept going, got into a little bit of rifle, but wasn't my cup of tea. Picked up a traditional bow when I was probably like 18 or so, and I was naturally good at it. I enjoyed it, but I never really took it seriously until, believe it or not, I want to say 12, 13 years ago. I was hunting with a television show on the Pursuit Channel, and we were shooting compounds. We were sponsored by a specific compound company, and
I used to have that channel.
yeah, I love Pursuit Channel back in the day. So we switched bow companies in this new bow company. I was excited until I found out that it was just trash. I mean, dude, these bows you couldn't keep them together. They kept blowing up, derailing, couldn't get it to tune, no nothing. I finally had enough, and I said to the guy, he happened to be making an ILF traditional bow.
Hmm.
And I said, send me the traditional bow. And the people said, well, you can't kill on film doing that. It's too hard to film with a traditional bow. So, okay, watch this. And honestly, like I never picked up a compound again.
Byron Ferguson did, made tons of videos shooting
Yeah.
animals with traditional bow. Yeah, it's all about editing. Christ, because I talked to
Yeah. Yeah.
remember the guys from Primos. I
Yeah.
was in I was hunting in Illinois, and the Primos crew was there filming their hunt. So I just sat down, we're sitting down having a couple beers, and I talked to him. I said, "Dude, how do you get 30 minutes of hunting?" You know, he goes, "Dude, we have probably 1,200 hours of video,
Yeah.
and we whittle it down. So what
Yep.
you're seeing is smoke and mirrors, editing software." I was like, "Okay, that makes sense," because I never understood it because I was in communications, but I was a radio broadcaster.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the film aspect of things, and it was just very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's all chopped, and that's what it was. Our job was to whack and stack as many animals as possible, and they were worried I wasn't going to be able to do that. But it was a good gig. I filmed, I did what I was going to do, and all I did is I sent raw footage. I would just take the SD cards and I would just mail the SD cards, and that's it. And they would chop it and put it together. I got a good education from. I had a lot of fun with it. It was all glory though. It was cool products and glory is what television is. A lot of people think that you get paid to be on TV. You don't get paid to be on TV. The sponsors pay you to be on
Right.
TV. And I hated it. The sponsors just never really saw a return. And they didn't. It's not because of the show or anything like that. It's just
Mhm.
you're ripping people off is what you're really doing. And I just didn't feel right about it. So we ended up leaving. I said I would never do any filming again. When I got out of it, I ended up switching to another up and coming show. And it was a bunch of failures. These guys were just worthless. And I said I'd never do this again. Then out of nowhere on my birthday, like a couple months later, I started Omnivores Homestead. And that's what it was. It was just Omnivores Homestead.
So
Nothing else.
this started with you.
Yeah. Well, Allison was there with it too.
Okay, well, that was kind of my next question. How did you guys meet?
How did we meet? I always told people that we met in a grocery store because I was ashamed to say that I met her online. I don't know why. Back then it was like taboo to say like you're online dating, but nowadays like it's you have to. If you're not online dating, it's rough. I mean, like especially down there. Imagine being, what were we were later 20s and single. That's a hard thing to do in Florida because a lot of the people in that age group just were either on drugs, no driver's license, homeless and stuff. So like I had rules. You needed to have a driver's license, a job, a vehicle to get from point A to point B, and somewhere to sleep other than my place.
Right.
And that eliminated almost everybody. So I just kind of lucked into Allison. That's what's kind of
Mhm.
funny about it. Like we met one day, we went out on the boat, and that was it. She just never left.
So I had met my wife in a bar. I've been eyeballing her for weeks, happy hour,
Yeah.
and I'm in between marriages. And bartender comes over to me and hands me a beer. He goes, "Hey," I said, "Where's this from? I'm ready to go home." He goes, "Oh, it came from that girl over there." Oh, okay, cool. Well, I had just gotten into a bar fight the week before. I had no teeth. I got hit in the
Nice.
face. I got hit in the face with a baseball bat,
And you went
and
back to the bar.
yeah, without teeth. Um, and walked up. Hey, how you doing? With the mouth panic. I said, I'm waiting for my dentist to make my plate. And she goes, let me see. So there was nothing there. She goes, oh,
Oh boy.
you're not too bad looking. So we continued. Well, I kept my grandmother's dentures in my jacket, and that was the thing for picking up women. If they get up to go to the bathroom, you drop the dentures in the drink, and they come
Yeah.
back and they stay. They're keepers. She goes,
Okay.
she goes, you have no teeth and you're dropping dentures in my drink. You got 10 minutes to get them out of there. So I got them out of there, put them back in my pocket, got her a fresh drink. We've been together almost 40 years.
40 years?
Yep.
Psh.
Second
See,
wife.
but back in you'd be able to meet people in a bar back then because a bar, had normal people. People would go out. It was the interaction because there was no social
Yeah.
media. Now you go to bars and
You
it's
get
just,
you get attacked.
yeah, it's I can't drink anymore. I quit drinking 16 years ago ish or something like that. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it really, really good. And I was really good at drinking. I mean,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
You strike me as the guy that goes 110%.
Oh yeah, shot 110 proof.
Yeah. Well, there
No,
we go.
I had to. Some people can, some people can't, and it took me a long time to finally just be like, okay, I'm over this, and like I don't miss it. That's what's really cool. Like people are like, aren't you scared? Are you okay if I have a drink around you, or are you gonna Jones? Like, nah, that's
Yeah.
not like that, dude. Like,
No,
and I was the
just
worst you could ever imagine.
do what you want.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hell, I love it when I get Allison a little loopy.
Yes, she does have a beer or two once in a year.
Yeah,
Um,
Allison used to, well, we're 41 with kids, so
yeah.
plus,
How are the kids, by the way? How's the family?
Lillian is damn good,
I
believe it or
noticed
not.
I noticed she's been doing a little shooting.
She does. I try not to pressure her. Like, I'm pretty guilty about being that guy. If you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it better than everybody else. So I've
Right.
tried to. I found myself pressuring Lillian to be like me, and I used to think that your kids are gonna be whatever you make them. It's not true. They're them, and that's it. But she's starting to show more and more interest, but sometimes she comes with me, sometimes she doesn't. She's just not strong enough.
Give her
But
time.
she's
Yeah, yeah,
she's creative in other ways. I mean, honestly, I thought about this morning. She's really turned out pretty damn good. She's still
yeah.
a pain in my ass, but she's turning out good. Emily, on the other hand, well, Lillian was so
Well,
rough.
where did Emily get the blonde hair from?
We're all blonde. That's what I was blonde too.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Yeah,
have no hair, so I'm just curious.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be. We all start off bleach blonde at young ages.
Okay.
So even Lillian was bleach blonde. Allison was bleach blonde. All of us. But it,
I had an afro. No, I'm
oh,
just kidding.
I know you look like what was his name? Who's the guy? The Eagles, the drummer,
Oh God.
Don Henley. Yeah, you had the Don Henley. Yeah, I seen a picture of you a while ago somewhere with the hair. I'm like, holy cow, it's Don Henley.
Yeah, those are idiot friends of mine with Photoshop.
Yeah. So Emily, like we weren't. Lillian was so rough as a baby that we weren't having another one. That's why we're having one and we're done. And then we realized it's it was going to be, I felt bad for Lillian being an only child living out in the woods and stuff like that. If something happens to me and Allison, then what? Like when we go, because, we're older. So we're definitely older. So we're going to pass while Lillian is younger for sure. So it's nice to have somebody family wise for her. So we decided, let's just go for it. We'll have another one. It can't be as bad as Lillian was. Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
That's all right. He'll get over it. Before you know it, she'll be 21.
She is screaming bloody murder to the point that I've got a nervous tick and a twitch. I keep in mind, I'm building a house, running a business, raising a kid, dealing with all the other stuff that I got going on and everything. And then it's time for bed and it's screaming time. But she's a piece of work.
That's okay. She's got her own personality. She's her own fingerprint, if you will. That's awesome.
It's
carbon print, I should say.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting at 41. I wish if I could do it all over again, I would have had kids at 16 and make my parents raise them.
I think I have kids from that age that I don't even know.
But, yeah, I'm sure.
Being from Jersey. So we know when Omnivores, Homestead, and Quivers came to be. So you've got a vast line, a product line. I mean, I love your product line. I've got 3 of your tabs. I got 2 up north, 1 here. I'm going to have to order some more.
Good, because we're broke.
Okay. And I used the spice mix tonight, by the way.
Oh, I love that stuff. She did a black bean.
It was a soup last night.
Yeah, that. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the age too that we're packing on some serious weight. So the highlight of my day is food.
Well, being a Puerto Rican, I love black beans. I like beans of any kind.
You're Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican and Colombian, believe it or not.
You look Polish.
I know. Sometimes I act Polish, but no, the Caucasian side of me, visually, comes from my grandfather, who's Irish Canadian.
Okay, all right. You see the Canadian, you got the Gordon Lightfoot look.
Yep. But yeah, that's where that comes from. He's the fly in the ointment. My sisters were 4'8", 4'10", dark complected, black eyes, black hair. My mother, black eyes, black hair. My dad, black eyes, black hair.
You should ask your mother what happened is what you should be doing.
Well, I did. We tried to. They both since passed, but my wife thinks that I look like my uncle, who was of that persuasion. And we even act alike. And I took care of him in his later years. And she goes, "You are so much like Gene." I was like, "Don't say that." But then again, I think back, he's the guy that taught me how to shoot archery. He's the guy that taught me how to fix cars. He's the guy that taught me how to paint cars. He taught me everything I know.
I hate being a mechanic. I really do.
I know. And I watch your videos because being a former mechanic, I'm obsessed with some things. And I still work full time. And I'm a damage inspector for a major insurance company. So I'm constantly dealing with shops, albeit bodywork or mechanical stuff. So,
see, I'm not a professional mechanic. I'm a mechanic because I had to be. Heavy equipment. When you own heavy equipment and that thing breaks down on a job site, you're not towing it home.
I'm not making money if it's not running.
Yeah, you got a 12-ton piece of equipment sitting in somebody's front yard like an ornament. You got to get that thing out of there. So that's how I learned. It's funny about. It's about 2, maybe 3 years ago. I was talking to Ryan Gill, and Ryan says to me that he stopped working on his vehicles. And I take a lot of advice from Ryan. That's one of the only people I really truly listen to and try to follow what he has to say. But he says to me, he goes, "You're stupid. I'm not working on my trucks anymore. I'm sending it to the mechanic. If I'm going to spend 8 hours underneath the hood to try to save some money, I could actually make more by spending 8 hours in the shop." And I watched it and I believed it. And I do agree. And then all of a sudden, I started trying to do that, and the mechanics are incompetent. And then I talked to Ryan, and he's driving around in a brand new truck. I'm like, "Wait a minute, what happened? What happened to your truck?" He goes, "They botched my motor. They botched my transmission." He goes, "I'm tired of it." He went and bought a new car.
That's what happens with me. If I get fed up, if I can't fix it, I've got a good guy, luckily. He does great work, and he's cheap. So it's just a matter of getting it to him. But I'm a guy that drives a car right into the ground.
Oh, yeah. We 300,000 miles in Allison's last minivan. And then
I remember when you guys bought that new car,
right before the hurricane.
Oh my God. You had
right before the hurricane. And my biggest fear is transmissions, motors going, everything. I told the guy, I said, I don't want to deal with nothing. we were paying through the teeth for it, bought this thing. The transmission blew on the way home on the damn thing. And whatever, it's all covered. But all of a sudden, they gave us a crappy rental car. The hurricane's coming, and I'm in like a Honda Civic or something driving out into the middle of the swamp. We keep calling these people, what's going on? We didn't know. I knew something was up with the transmission. Keep calling. They're like, we're going to get back to you. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I finally scream and yell. They said they can't find our car. They're looking for it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't find our car. That's why they're dodging us. And he goes, yeah, your Chevy Suburban. We can't find it. I'm like, Chevy Suburban? I don't have a Chevy Suburban. These guys botched the paperwork. I'm like, I got a Dodge, whatever the hell, a Jeep. They're like, oh my God, we have it all in wrong. So they look it up. They're like, oh, don't worry. The transmission's out of your thing. This is getting done. That's getting. I'm like, it's been weeks and you have the car apart without even telling me.
Yeah,
So
they
I
need
went
your
down and got
permission.
all-
They need your
I got
permission.
all of our money. I went down. I said kind of like, what can we do? We'll get you anything you need. I said, listen, I need you to go in there. You said, go get me a check. Oh, we can't do that. I said, then you need to go get that car. You need to get it out here because I'm going to go take it down to the beach with the news. I'm going to put a brick on the accelerator. I'm going to tell them why I'm doing this. I'm going to send it in the ocean because I'm not driving that damn thing. And that's it. Guy goes, we're going to go get your check right now. He goes, what do we do about your van? You know, we don't have your van anymore. So I don't even care. They called me up like a day later. It's like, we found your van. It was in an auction and something. Allison was livid. They brought this damn thing back. And the van had 300,000 miles on it. Ridden hard, put away wet. I mean, it was on its way out. And literally, I picked this thing up and it blew the water pump in the parking lot.
Oh, man.
And a water pump on a side saddle 3.3, you have to take the motor mounts out to change the water pump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was sick with COVID during this, thought I was dying. I ended up taking a come along and put it on the engine and come alonged it, smashing it to the side just enough that I could pull the water pump out without having to take everything. And you ready to laugh? We sold the damn thing. Somebody's still driving it around town over here. And you know what we bought? The same exact minivan.
Right. Because they last forever.
Yeah, 300,000 miles. And then that's why, so like I just, I needed a truck. So I just bought this damn truck. I searched for it, a 2000 Nissan Frontier. They'll go 400, 500,000 miles. They're pretty simple to work on. No big deal. Everything that could be possible. You know what it was? I'm tired of puzzles. You know, when you get something, you can't figure it out, one of these vehicles, and I'm like, I want to go to something simple that has no puzzles. Dude, all I've ended up with was puzzles with this thing. I mean, it's the whole engine's pretty much out of it right now because the timing belt. I didn't know if the timing belt had been done, so I'm doing that, and then which might as well do the water pump, which might as well do the thermostat, and then I'm into the distributor. Well, now I might as well do the spark plugs now because
preventative maintenance, get it, to where you need it to be.
I'm trying to get a vehicle that I could just turn the key and go instead of, oh my God, we have a hurricane. Let me try to jumpstart this thing.
Nah, that's not the time to do that. Yeah,
the hurricanes have changed me. I've never felt like this before. We used to laugh when hurricanes were coming, and they used to hype them up. So you weren't down here for that. Every year they're like, oh, we have the storm of the century coming, and I'm like, I swear they were just trying to sell groceries, and that was the old joke. They were selling groceries, and then out of nowhere, it was the boy who cried wolf. They kept always telling us this is the worst, and nothing ever happened. And then all of a sudden, bam.
This is my fourth year in Florida. So the first year we moved here, it was in the middle of July. I'm like, what the hell did I get into? It's 5,000 degrees outside. Then I hear about hurricane season and, how to get ready for this. Well, I did not have a generator. Well,
yeah, you got to have one.
Hurricane Helene hits. And then the one after that hits. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I had 300 pounds of deer meat. That went down the toilet. So I immediately bought a Generac that second year that we were here, and it's been fantastic.
I just hope it's done, dude. I've been down here for so many years. I spent a lot of time when I was younger here, and we just didn't have this. This is, and I'm not going to, it's global warming. I don't think it's freaking global warming. Oh, it's climate change. I don't think it's climate change either.
I think it is just things. It's just things.
Yeah, I think it's just a run of bad luck. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe in those things, but I'm also not saying I do believe in them. I think it's just politicized garbage that I don't know. I don't know what's real or what's not. I don't know if they're engineering. I don't know. I just hope that it's over because I'm sick of it.
They say get out of Dodge. I've got 300 recurve bows I need to throw in the truck. and
Yeah.
my guns are going, and we're out of here.
Yeah, but
So
where you're at, you're not going to get surge or anything like that. You
I
got to
won't
worry
get
about
storm surge. No, no storm
yeah,
surge at all.
yeah, yeah.
Just a lot of weather event, water, rain.
But you're still closer to the other coast. I mean, the odds are not that great for a storm to be that crazy to come in and smoke you over there.
Nah,
You're
at
just
28 miles, I'm 28 miles away.
yeah. I mean, there's some big ones that come through for sure. But see, us, we don't get the wind. We don't get major wind or anything like that.
Yeah,
We get surge. We
yeah.
get the flood. Versus when I was
We
down
get
south.
we get the wind here. So like the first hurricane, I didn't know what the hell to do. I'm sitting there watching, reading the newspaper. It's dark, the lights are out, and I look out and I see this freaking my 3D targets are airborne.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, I got to put them in the shed. So I did that. I'm out there, the wind's blowing against me, and it was just like the priest in Caddyshack where he's
Yeah.
playing golf. That's me. I'm out there, and I'm like, this is retarded. Why am I doing this? And yeah, now I know better.
When hurricanes used to come through when I was young, when I was in my teens, we used to hop on the wave runner, head to the Gulf of Mexico every
Oh
time,
wow.
dude. Straight out there. I can't even believe we used to do
Oh,
that. I
imagine
mean,
the wave running would probably awesome.
you'd be hitting 16-foot waves. The last time I did it, I was young. We went up and we came and the float when we went up at such an angle, came down, hit so hard that the floats jammed on the carburetor, and the
Mm.
damn thing would only do like 2 miles an hour, and we're in like 16-foot waves in the Gulf. Nobody's going to rescue us. You're going to Cuba now,
It's like Point
and
Break.
didn't want to shut the damn machine off because if it stalled, so we're trying to keep it running. We're literally surfing this thing back to shore, and we finally made it back in the inlet. We pull up to the beach, we shut this thing off, and that's it. I'm like, let me see what we can do. Well, turns out all we had to do was shut it off, and the float was going to reset. We didn't know, so we sat there for an hour trying to surf this thing.
Banging.
Yeah, it was one of the last times I really did anything that stupid.
Hey, back to the Omnivores Quivers business. What's your biggest seller?
Tabs without a doubt that it's the largest part of the market, even though there are glove shooters out there. I refused to do tabs when we first started doing all this stuff. I thought tabs were like the scrap metal of the leather industry, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. And then a few people kept asking, and it just snowballed. And then also back then I was just doing just a plain Jane. Then I started getting creative, started getting a little
Oh yeah,
wild with some of them, and then so that's definitely our biggest seller for sure, especially with Three Rivers carrying them. Three
yeah.
Rivers
Because
is just
I've got three of your
carrying it.
tabs. I got a clicker tab which has iguana skin on it. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, dude, you got the iguana one?
Yeah,
Damn,
that is
I miss
cool.
those.
It is weird looking. That's why
I
people
never
like.
got one for myself. I never make myself anything cool.
Yeah, it's got like red in it, so it's like people are like, what
Yeah,
is that? It's like that's iguana. Feel it. And it's like sandpaper. And
yeah.
then I got a moccasin tab, and then I have Eastern Diamondback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get
and
all the good ones. You know what? You know what I got for a tab? One of the first clicker tabs I ever made, and I cannot switch out of it. I'm stuck on that one. And
Chihuahua skin. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
Allison's made me a couple other ones, and I'm like, man, I don't like them. I tried doing a medium the other day, and I just didn't like it. I go right back to that old piece of crap original clicker.
Now, are you
It's
doing a split finger or are you doing three under?
I'm 3 under, and split finger is for out west or just far shooting. I'm a close shooter, no matter
Mhm.
what. I mean, I'm killing stuff inside 10 yards, no matter what.
Well,
So same
I
thing.
used your clicker tab in Mexico this past February, and I went three under without even practicing. I went three
Yeah.
under, and dude, it smoked this javelina. I mean, it was perfect. It was just perfect. It performed flawlessly, crisp release,
How you
quiet
doing with the
release.
clicker? You're using it as a clicker, right?
Well, it's a subconscious thing, so it's like got to get my head around it. You know what I mean? I got to think a lot more.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of it. So that way you don't do dumb stuff and just pluck the damn string and just send
Right.
it
I
over its
pull it
back.
back and I come back and I'm like, all right, thumb, click, boom. You know, you
Oh,
know.
so you're a little bit faster on it. So like you're actually using it as a safety then.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what's cool about this thing. It could be used in so many different ways, and I'm finding out. That's why I asked because, I'm hearing ways that people are using it like that I've never heard of.
There's a delay. I mean, I come to anchor first. That's the first, and I say, all right, I'm at anchor. I'm at anchor. Now bring my thumb in and press the button as I've acquired my target now.
Okay,
And then as soon as I click, I come back. I let my hand fall back. I don't pluck it. I let it fall back. So I have a
Almost like a
good release.
sear. The
Right.
safety is you can't release, but then a sear. See me, I'm pulling back. I'm already on the button, and I'm
Okay.
holding, and I'm calm, and I can't just press the button. I have to rotate that elbow around and put
Okay.
tension into it,
Well,
and the
that's
tension.
where I want to get to.
But it's a tricky thing because your body wants to fight that. It wants to tell you no, 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 no.
Exactly.
So like
Exactly.
so blank bailing works, but yeah, I rotate that elbow around, and as I increase and get into the tension, no matter what, as long as I'm pulling the elbow around, it's going to click. If I put my thumb on it and I have to activate it as a sear, I freeze up. I can't use it. But I
Yeah.
hear people using it as sears all the time. I heard somebody the one day, he draws his fingers already to press the button.
Oh
So he
wow.
draws, it's already pressed, gets
So
it
when
in
he
there,
lets
and when he
go.
does, as he slowly pulls back and lets go and lets that thumb relax, it clicks and he
Okay.
sends it. And
Okay.
I found it very
I've never
interesting
tried
that
that.
way.
Yeah. I'll have to play with that when it's not
See,
so
with me,
freaking
I
hot out.
tried it. I found that I was starting to collapse with it.
Hmm.
That because rather than getting into heavier tension, you were kind of relaxing, and relaxing for me is a collapse.
So
But
you guys are pretty involved with Florida archery and the shoots. Do you travel outside of Florida at all for shoots?
no,
No.
I don't honestly, I don't travel at all. Like, so I'm involved locally. TBOF was always big. I just feel bad. The past year, I've not been doing what I would normally do. My involvement with TBOF is almost dwindled just because every year there's something going on.
Well, the
I
alpha
end up
gal thing, the hurricane thing, the flooding, all that.
the
You guys got
infection in my leg during
yeah.
TBOF this last time. I was, every time I went in this flooded house, every time we got sick. I got bacterial pneumonia working inside that old house. I got a dangerous infection in my legs from kneeling in Lillian's bedroom, just inside all that mud and everything. I got an infection in my foot. I mean, I couldn't wait to tear that place down. It was toxic, and that's the worst thing. Like, we could have suffered. So like, people are like, why was that house so toxic, but why am I okay inside this cabin right now? Well, it's wood walls, wood floors, wood ceilings, no insulation. I literally power washed this whole place and cut holes in the floor, and we power washed it, and put a commercial dehumidifier in it. But the other house, it was just so much particle board and sheetrock and crap that and nothing was built right. So it was easier to start over. Let me rephrase it. Nothing was easy about it. Starting over or building or anything, nothing was easy.
No.
I mean, but it
I remember you putting in the footers.
it was a rough go. I didn't post much about it because out of nowhere, anytime I would post about it, everybody would step up and act like they were a professional contractor and trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong. And I'm already angry and frustrated about stuff. Like, we were putting the footings in. That was the only time I really posted,
That's it.
was when I was doing the block work, and people are like, "You're doing it wrong. You need to use 8-inch sonnet tubes, and that's how you're going to send it up higher." It's like, I'm a commercial mason that built hockey rinks. You're telling me to use 8-inch sonnet tubes to send a building 12 feet in the air? You idiots! Like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. So I stopped posting about it.
Yeah, I get you. I totally get it.
It was hard. Social media is such a blessing and a curse sometimes. It's
I agree
I
with
feel
you.
like you get out of it what you want out of it, though. And sometimes, like,
Right. And it's like I put a post out there the other day, say, hey guys, I'm known for my repair and refinishing. What do you guys want content wise? Almost a bad question to ask. Because
oh
I got
yeah,
guys, I want a full blown refinish thing. I said, dude, I need a third, fourth arm,
yeah,
to hold the camera. And well, you have to hire an assistant. I'm not in a position to hire anybody. I need somebody that has the same mind I have to visually capture what I'm intending to do. But you know what I'm talking about because you don't
oh
do
yeah.
videos of your making a tab or anything like that.
I used to do a bunch of them. I've honestly, the past year and a half, man, I've not been able to do much. I'm sitting on almost 9 films for YouTube that I've not edited. That I have 2 alligator films from last season. I have the
Hmm.
alligator film just before the hurricane, and then we lost the gator in the freezer, and then now I have an alligator film right after it too. I just finally started editing it again. It was hard. The balance. Allison's been running the business this entire time that I've been building, because I built by myself. I say I built by my house. You know Bill, right?
Yeah.
Bill and Angie from Redfish.
Mhm.
Bill, that's the funny story about building. Bill's like, Mark, let me know when you're ready. I'll bring my tools. I'll bring this. I can't use a ladder. I can't lift heavy things. I can't do this and I can't do that. All I could do is make cuts for you and consult. And I'm like, I don't need this pain in the butt sitting behind me telling me how to build a house. Like, I don't need this. And he just kept insisting he was going to show up, and I was losing. I did not want Bill to come here. I mean, he told me he couldn't do anything but consult. And I'm like, not helpful, man. That dude
I need
showed
some
up.
physical labor.
He showed up. He's a goddamn hero. So Bill thought he was getting old. Turns out he's not getting old. He literally, because like I can build. I'm a mason, you know, not rock mason, commercial block brick, and so I'm good with all this stuff. Bill was a professional framer. I didn't
Mm,
know that. I thought Bill was just Mr. Artistic, you know, hobbyist and stuff like that.
right.
That dude saved us, absolutely saved us. He was here a few hours just about every day, 5 days a week, to get us dried in. So I had a partner in crime that helped me do this. And honestly, like I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. I mean, hell, Angie, his wife, was up on the roof. I'm scared of heights. Ever since I quit drinking, I'm scared of heights. Angie's up on the roof helping us up there, and she's do with her little tool belt and everything. But I mean,
It's like a billy goat.
they saved us. They absolutely saved us. Bill had the whole thing structurally engineered for us. Had everything. I mean, he saved our butts.
Yeah,
So
no, you mentioned it. And yeah, the home rebuild is going. Are you guys fully in the house now?
we're in and we're living. We're not finished. I couldn't. Bill got us dried in, and I had to finish the place out, but it was just me, and it took a toll on me mentally and physically. You know, Allison's over here at the cabin. I'm down the road. I don't even have anybody to hand me something. You know, it was rough. So when I got it to the point that we were able to get in, I moved in without flooring and without plumbing, without cabinets and stuff like that, and literally put the baby on the floor and finished the house out together. And we're finished with everything except trim. I did not get the trim done, um, but I'm going to do one room at a time. It just started
Yeah.
to get too hot, and I needed to be in. So there's no trim right now. That's about it. Some
Cool.
shelving needs to be done. Yeah, it's good. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Now the hunting cabin, I remember the original plan was to, I guess, rent it for hunters.
We were trying to get friends to buy this. We didn't want to buy this, and we had offered it. We were looking to buy it years ago, but then out of nowhere, it just wasn't in the market for us. It wasn't in the cards. I mean, so we were trying to get friends, but none of our friends were smart enough to buy it.
Mhm.
And it kind of started getting annoying because they pretty much wanted us to facilitate the deal, help them rebuild it, help them do this, help them do that. And I looked at Allison and said, if we're going to do this, we might as well own it. So we bought it, we remodeled it, real basic, just kept it as a cabin. Yeah, I mean, very simple. And we were going to Airbnb it just for giggles. But honestly, we were just going to use it for friends to come over. We Airbnb'd it, and the first person in here brought a dog, couple dogs, and they trashed the place. In one night, they trashed it. So I pulled it. We were going to start renting it just for bow hunting, because I've got stands all over this place that because I own enough private land. I've got hog stands. So we were going to rent it just to average Joe that wanted to come out at an Airbnb price, but you get to hunt, you know, which is cheap as hell. It's a DIY hunt. I think I can't remember the price, but it was like as if you were just Airbnb-ing. You know, we weren't even charging extra for the hunt. And I don't know where the hurricane hit us. So we had to move in. We power washed this and moved in. Now that we're out of this, I mean, we're out, but like we're not completely out of here. We don't know what to do. We've thought about it, about putting it back up for hunters and stuff like that, but I just don't know. Honestly, what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to be teaching classes out of it.
Okay.
But it's an investment. It was an investment for Lillian and Emily. You know, we have 2 kids now.
Right.
I want to leave my kids something other than a mortgage. You know, I don't want my kid to go out and deal with a mortgage.
Right.
So with 2 kids, you got to have 2 houses to make it fair. So we joke around who's taking which house. And Lillian always says she's taking the new house.
That's okay.
But it was cheap. It's such a cool place. I mean, you could shoot pigs right out the damn window here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I follow greatly,
But
actually.
But the classes, I think classes, because I do so many classes already through other avenues that I might as well just start doing them here. Um, the flint napping. The flint napping is so fun. I'm technically a new flint napper too. But when I do something, I tend to do it differently than other people. I take it to math, is what I do. Rather than artistic feel, I use math to flint nap. And I've noticed I could teach people pretty easy how to do it. And I've gotten good at it too. I've
All
gotten
right.
really good.
When I saw you at TBOF this past March, I watched you a little bit, and you were working on some. You may, of course, there's a debris field,
Oh yeah.
a huge debris field, but out of that debris field, there's going to be a beautiful hunk of obsidian.
Yeah,
That
I love Obsidian. Honestly, my favorite thing, the game changer was, it's so funny. I always plug everybody else's Ryan Gill's stuff. He started making that Nap Easy stuff. It's
Mhm.
unbelievable.
Really.
Because you could pick it up and it's like a paint by numbers. So literally, I'm holding the same exact piece that Ryan's holding, and I'm like, and he goes, "Okay, you see this platform on the corner? Take your bopper and hit it straight down." And you hit it straight down, and you're like, "Whoa, look at that!" And Ryan's like, "Yes, I know. Now spin it because you have the platform here. Hit it straight down. Boom." So it's like step by step, and that's when I really got good at flint napping. Once he came out with that, and I could really understand how it worked, because if I handed you a piece of obsidian and I'm holding a piece of chert, or you're holding one type of obsidian but mine is completely different shape, like I can't teach you because each piece is different.
Right.
So when you're both holding the same exact piece, it's a lot easier, and that was the beauty of the Nap Easy.
So, explain to our listeners and watchers, what is Nap Easy? Is it synthetic?
Well, I mean, I guess you call it synthetic, but it's the closest thing I could describe to it is picture a really, really, really smooth cement that naps like glass. So it'd be similar to obsidian. It's all proprietary, so he won't tell none of us what it is, but he
Sure.
literally makes a slurry of some sort of aggregate material, sand, silica, whatever, puts it into forms with specific engineered platforms that would mimic what you would naturally see, and then I think he cooks it or bakes it or air dries. I don't know. And when it comes out, it's just a uniform piece that just looks like,
A
I don't
rock.
know, like a rock. But it's smooth on one side though, because obviously you can't get it, to shape all the way around. But it's a piece that acts like rock, but it's not expensive. That's what I liked about it. So like, and you can make a mistake with it and go, wow, that happened there because I did this. On your next piece, you know what not to do. So you really learn and you start to recognize certain things. So let's just say a person that was complete beginner sat down, worked Nap Easy with me for maybe 2, 3 hours. And that's what I'm thinking about classes. I can pick up another different rock, like an obsidian, out of the pile and hold it in front of him and go, what does this spot right here remind you of? He's like, oh, that reminds me of the one platform that was on Nap Easy. So if I hit it here, it would do this. So you go hit it to him, and he would hit it. Well, now what? And he's like, well, this is like that other spot that you showed me. You start to recognize things. So you could learn. A lot of people take years to learn how to flint nap and still never can do it.
Right. I'm one of them. I mean,
I can.
I've played
It's
around with the
so
bottom of iced tea bottles,
Oh yeah.
different colors and stuff like that. But once you get a point, man, that sucker's razor sharp.
Yeah. Glass is fun. I love working glass. Nap Easy's for learning direct percussion and indirect percussion. Glass is for learning pressure flaking.
Pressure
So
flaking. Right.
yeah, that's it. So like you won't do anything but pressure flaking when it comes to glass.
Hmm.
So and that was the beauty, and that's what I did. I played with glass and I played with Nap Easy. That's why I can do the stuff pretty quick now.
I'm looking around to see if I have any pieces, but I think I sold them.
Oh, it's so fun, dude. Ryan came up with that too because, there's only so much rock in the world. Back in the day, you used to be able to get obsidian cheap. Now it's expensive.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get chert all over the place. Now it's expensive.
Mhm.
So because people that are new would get 50 pounds of awesome rock and just turn it into dust. Well, now you buy Nap Easy, you turn it all into dust, and you can just make more of it. So once you know what you're doing, then you start diving into the cool stuff.
Sweet. Sweet.
It's a blast. Honestly, it's so funny because like, when I met Ryan years ago, I'm joking around and like, we're looking around in the shop and I'm not impressed with anything. Like it's all primitive stuff, not impressed. And he always joked. He's like, "Hey, you really should try it." I'm like, "No, I'm never doing any of this." and then I
Yeah.
tried it.
Okay. And
And now
self
it's
bows.
like,
Yeah. You're ate
oh,
up with it.
oh, I absolutely love it. It's whenever tax season came around back in the day, I'd be able to see how much money I was pissing away on Three Rivers. So like, it's not even pissing away, but like you could say like Three Rivers, Three Rivers, Three Rivers doing taxes. And like
Sure.
this last year doing taxes, I said to Allison, I said, do you know how much money I spent on archery gear and equipment this year? She goes, I don't know why. I said, I don't think I spent anything. Like I make my bow, I
Right.
grow my arrows, the rock, I bought a little bit of rock and stuff like that, but it's really fun to be able to make all your stuff. But I miss the old days of just picking up a dozen carbons, cutting them to length, shoving the insert in, sending it out of a centaur, and just dropping bombs at
Yeah.
100 yards all day,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Because I remember you when I first moved here, you were shooting a centaur.
I was
Um,
on fire. In my, I joke that it was my prime back then. Like I was unstoppable. I would win anything. I'd kill anything. I think, but I think I still am in my prime, but I'm more cautious
I'm
and a little bit.
65 and I'm still in my prime.
Yeah. Well, I meant shooting wise, but it's the primitive stuff. It's just so fun, man.
It is.
But it's full time. That's the thing. Like when the worst thing that I feel though, like I was sitting in the tree stand the other night, and pigs are coming in, and I've got this most beautiful, flawless stone point, agatized coral. It's blue, it's brown, it's perfect. And I'm looking at this pig coming in. I'm looking at this point. I'm like, I don't want to send it.
You might hit the shoulder and it'd break.
That's exactly what happened. The stone dude. I freaking hate it. I absolutely hate it, and I love it so much, and I hate it so much.
Yeah.
So like, I'm sitting here right now. I got my centaur right next to me, and this is, I don't even know what she stamped. 43 pounds at 27 inches. 43, and I would send an 2 1/8 inch wide broadhead through any animal that came near me. Didn't matter. It was going to die. I mean, I'm talking, it was a battle axe at 43 pounds.
Right.
Stone, you can't do that with stone. You just can't. Like,
No.
I built a 47 pounder and I could not get penetration. My stone was pretty good too back then. So I built a 53 pounder, and, I've lost some animals. I crowd the shoulder. I've always crowded the shoulder because I shot a centaur. You cannot crowd the shoulder with a midweight, and I call a midweight a 47 pounder with stone. You just can't do it because I can't get my damn arrow heavy enough with a stupid cane.
Mhm.
So I built 58 pounds now out of that new bow.
Wow.
And it's killing me, dude. Absolutely killing me. But, you see my style. I get back, I anchor, I hold, and I think about
I
it. And
know.
that
You're there for a while.
boom.
You're there. Yeah.
And I'm accurate, and that's how I'm the most accurate, and I'm going to kill stuff. But you start putting 58 pounds, dude, like, it's hard on you. It's really, really hard on you. So I don't know. I feel like this journey with primitive, I saw, I conquered, but I haven't quite conquered it enough yet. Like,
Mhm.
I want to get some more kills under my belt, and then I would like to take a step back and just kind of catch my breath and just have some simple fun with a 43-pound centaur and go crazy.
Now you did kill a pig with the stone
Oh
point.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. I haven't edited any films. So
Okay.
like all of these films. So if anybody that's watching like right now and listening, like YouTube, pay attention because it's going to start dropping film after film after film. It's just going to be a smorgasbord. Hell, I'm sitting on a film right now from Jim at Centaur. He killed a beautiful elk this past year and sent me the footage, and I'm like, I'll get to it, Jim, and I've not gotten to it. But
So
yeah,
let's. I know it's just one of those things. It's like I hope you do the classes again because I want to attend.
oh yeah,
Um,
I definitely will be.
Definitely want to do that. So let's talk about stuff that nobody likes to talk about here in Florida. Snakes.
Ow, suck it up. Are
No,
you
I like.
scared?
No, hell no.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if you were scared because
Oh, I used to
normally,
catch. I used to go when I lived up north. I'd go to Pennsylvania, go to the rattlesnake roundups and all that. And
listen, if you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking here in Florida.
yeah, I got a pair. I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Like, if you could always tell if somebody's going to kill something if they're wearing Crocs or not. Because if you're wearing waders, you're going to stroke out, dude. That's it. It's the biggest, heaviest hitters when it comes to killing stuff in Florida are wearing Crocs. I mean, look at Josh Conant. You met Josh before,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's just slays stuff. It's because he ignores his wife and sneaks out to the woods when he can.
I wear Crocs 24/7.
Yeah, but snakes, I don't know, man. Like recently, I've been a little bit worried about it. I mean, because I'm seeing moccasins in the yard and stuff recently, and I got a baby running around. She don't know no better to stay away from the damn thing. So I'm nervous. There's a lot of I never was. You know, the big joke is if you want to see a snake, go hunting with Donnie from Creek Walker Trading.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Every time I have ever gone with Donnie, I've almost stepped on a snake. I'm not exaggerating. Every single time. And snakes that I never see. Like, we don't get we get a few diamondbacks out here. Very rare. I go with Donnie, I'm going to step on a diamondback.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about coral snakes? They're
so
small.
Somebody told me that nobody's ever died from a coral snake bite.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You really got to try to piss them off and try to get them to bite you. But I've been seeing quite a few of them recently. You know, kings, corals, and they normally weren't very common.
What about pygmies? Can you make a tab out of a pygmy?
They suck. They're beautiful looking when they're alive, but once you skin them, they suck. They're so thin, and they lose that cool color and everything. It's very boring, almost like a black snake.
Oh, okay.
The best snakes, my favorite snakes, are juvenile moccasins and the banded water snakes. I love the banded water snakes down here. They're definitely my favorite. I love a Gulf hammock rat. Gulf hammock rats, I guess it's a cross between a yellow rat and a red rat, and it's supposedly only here right by us, is why they call it the Gulf hammock rat. That's where I live. And I just don't have the heart to kill them because they're so friendly. You could walk up to a Gulf hammock rat and just pick it up and just play with it. A red rat, forget it. That thing is pissed, and it just wants to bite you.
Right. Yeah, I've got a lot of black racers around here, and I see them all the time. And I try and pick them up, but I get bit every time.
Yeah, black racers are dicks. I hate a black racer.
Yeah. So I stopped doing that. I just needed to ask that because I'm just obsessed with snakes. Like I love them, and I study them, and I'm very interested in them. I moved down here.
Relationship with them for me. I don't know. Like they don't bother me. I used to be that guy that's like, snake, kill it. Like now, if it's in my yard and it's venomous, it's gone. It's not happening.
Hey guys, Whiskey City.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, when you were rattling off your sponsors, I am so outdated. I'm like, ooh, what's that sponsor? Ooh, what's that? Like, yeah. I don't even get to listen to podcasts lately.
I could really add to it, but I just don't want to spend 2 hours talking about people. You know, it's just, and there is no real sponsors. They just support me. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, there's no monetary gain in this yet.
That you'll admit to.
Exactly. So we talked about flint napping. We talked about bows. What's your favorite style bow to build?
Well, I'm a longbow only.
Okay.
I won't even shoot a recurve. I don't bother with it.
Did you do a static tip at one time? Did you steam one?
I've always flipped it. I've flipped the tips on almost all of them, but no steam. Because I just don't go that radical. I've done something similar to a static tip, but I just didn't like it. Mine is just a standard, almost like a reflex deflex. Nothing exciting. It's just they work. It works, so I just kind of stick with what works. I'm trying to do some creative pieces, stuff that's a little more complicated, but I'm only honestly, I've only been in the house for a few weeks. So like, that's why like things are just finally starting to mellow out. My brain hasn't mellowed out yet. I'm still pretty angry and crabby, but that's construction life, man.
Do you get a good night's sleep?
No, God, no. Got a baby screaming.
Okay. I know. Yeah, that was a stupid question. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forget about babies because my oldest is 41 or 42.
Yeah, that's how old I am.
Great. So let's switch gears now and get back to Florida bow hunting. How do the seasons roll in Florida? And let's talk about public land quota hunts. We talked about that before we started recording.
Okay. Everything in Florida is run by people that don't actually hunt. And I'm going to talk a little bit of smack about FWC. They don't know what the hell they're doing. There might be some good people in it. I work with Chinzigat. Chinzigat is great. That's FWC, but Chinzigat's over here, and then wildlife management's over here, then somebody else is over here, and then managed over here, and these people don't know what the hell they're doing. Northern states, public land opens, you go in public land. It opens on this day and it closes on this day. It's hunting season. Down here, they do all this stupid quota stuff. I personally don't bother with most of the quotas. I'm a private land hunter most of the time. So the past few years, I started getting into some public. My suggestion is find some public that is just open that you can go in, because there are places like what they were up north. Like we've got one over here. Josh is going to get upset because I'll drop a couple names, like Homestead WMA. Homestead WMA is loaded with giant bucks, huge bucks over here. It's close to me. Well, it's nearly impossible to get the permit in there because it's a quota. The quota only lasts 3 days, so by the time you get in there and figure anything out with a damn traditional bow, the hunt's over.
Right.
So it's just stupid. So we still put in because we kind of know our way around there because hog season. So a lot of these places have what they call small game season. Small game season will run for a month here, then it'll close for a week, then a month here, and a month here, and so on and so forth. So Josh got me into doing some of these WMAs for the hog season. I have a damn blast in them. I mean, it is fun. It's so confusing to navigate the system to figure out what you can actually do that there's nobody else out there, so it's just us. But there are other places like, let me see, like Chazowitska, I think is another one that Josh will get mad that I'm dropping names again. Chaz, you can get a quota for the first 7 days of each season. So you can put in for the stupid permit. But after that 7 days is up, anybody can go in. You just can't hunt the first 7. Is it really worth me trying to get the permit for the first 7? I don't know. I don't personally put my kind of investment in time and stuff like that. But there are small game seasons and hog seasons are definitely worth looking into in all these little places, but not for quota. I don't really like the quota, except for I got invited on a quota hunt, because that's what's cool. You can invite somebody if you do draw. I got invited on one called Rich Loam Baird Unit, somewhere south Tampa-ish area. Dude, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is like 40 years ago. I had so much fun. We didn't kill anything, but it was a really well set up WMA that you just drove the truck in a circle. If you saw something you liked, you just park the truck, get out, and go for a walk. Didn't like it, you went back to the truck and kept driving. So it was nice to do that. Because I had so much fun, I've been putting in for that quota every year. I never draw it. Turns out it's one of those ones that are good that you just never will draw again.
Okay.
So there's a lot of frustration with it, but look, take the time, try to find some places, places, especially small game, because who cares about deer, dude? This is Florida. We want pigs.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about pigs, those filthy bastards. But
I love them.
damn good eating.
Yeah. Except for the boars. Some of them big boars, man. Have you got into a big boar yet?
No, I've killed sows.
Okay,
And
good for you. Yeah, aim for something about
100 pounders, 80 pounders, nothing
Beautiful.
crazy, very good eating. I had them quartered up, and then I took them home and finished them up in the kitchen, and really good to eat. Any tips for the newbie?
For the newbie?
Yeah.
For pigs or for where to hunt?
No, for pigs. For pigs. Well, I mean,
for pigs.
What would you look for? Somebody moving here to Florida.
So I teach a class at Chinzigat. I do a lot of volunteer work at Chinzigat Conservation Center, and we were doing a class for beginners. Instead of teaching somebody a hunter safety course, which doesn't teach you anything but a couple damn rules, we were teaching ethics and what to expect for your first hunt. And the one thing I always ask the people, I say, all right, guys, we're at a WMA. We're over at Rich Loam, because we tell the people to check that place out. We're at Rich Loam. We're about a half a mile deep into the swamp. You got 15 pigs in front of you. They're all around you. Which one do you shoot? I always ask. And little kids are always like, the biggest one, this one, that one. And they're always yelling stuff. I said, the smallest damn pig that you can carry, because you are so far out there, and you shoot this monster pig, you got to drag that bad boy all the way back. We start talking about ice, we start talking about cooling and stuff. My best advice is to shoot small pigs, because what's nice about a small pig too? You shoot one today, you can go shoot another one tomorrow, and another one, and another one, and another one. They're always good tasting.
Right.
But if you're close, I always say shoot the smallest one. So I want to carry it out like this under my arm, Just walk back to
And
the
I've
truck.
seen you do that. You've had them.
Oh yeah, I put them in the backpack. That one,
Yeah.
that's the perfect size. But all right, so the next question was asked. I said, "All right, guys, you're 100 yards from the truck. You got 15 pigs in front of you. Which one do you shoot?" They're like, they don't know what to say now because I always said to shoot the smallest one. I said, "You guys, you're 100 yards from the truck." And then the kid goes, "The biggest one." I'm like, close. It's the biggest one without testicles. That's what
Right.
you want.
Yeah.
You shoot the biggest, fattiest sow you possibly can.
Oh man.
And you
Yeah.
drop her, and that's it. Because you're 100 yards from the truck. Because nothing beats a big fatty sow.
So I remember you did that one video on YouTube where you shot a boar and you really took your time to explain why the testicles and the piss sack.
Oh yeah, when I was gutting that one,
Yeah.
it's you know, I remember people tell me don't waste your time with a rank boar and stuff like that. And I'm like, they don't know what they're talking about. These dumb rednecks down here. They're clueless. They just don't know how to cook. Me and Allison, we sat there, we made 50 pounds of Italian sausage out of a boar. We put it in the frying pan, started cooking it, stunk the house out, tasted it. We threw it all in the garbage. And it's such a shame to waste. There's guys that say, "Oh no, man, you just need to float them in some water with some vinegar and lemons and this and that and all this other stuff." I'm like, look, you put enough ketchup on cat poop and it's going to taste okay, but it's still cat poop. So do I want to waste them? No, I don't want to waste them. I just won't target them.
Right.
I won't go for them.
Yeah. Your whole thing is to eat.
Yeah, down south, you used to be able to shoot a boar. If it was a boar under 100 pounds, you were good to go, and they still tasted good. No gaminess, no. It's not even about gaminess. It smells like burnt hair when you cook it. Stinks
Mm.
the house out, and then it tastes metallic-y and kind of pissy when you eat it.
Well, I think
So 100
their
pounds.
diet has a lot to do with that too.
I don't know what it is, dude. I really don't. I've speculated over years because like 100 pounds and under in Punta Gorda was fine. But up here, dude, you can shoot a 60-pound boar and it might stink. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
So I kind of just stay away from a boar altogether now if I can, unless it's real small.
So what's in
But
store for the rest of you guys for this year, 25 into 26?
I'm supposed to try to take a break. I had a rough day yesterday. It's going from construction, going from stress, going from all that, not being able to do the things you enjoy, you can get pretty angry. And I used to be angry when I was in construction, so like it kind of came back. But trying to just catch my breath. I want to do some editing. You have the secret announcement that we can't announce. I'm announcing that hopefully Friday, which should be pretty exciting. For you guys don't know, like I have an announcement coming, but not sure when.
Well, once you announce it, I will share it.
Yeah, I want to hunt a little bit more this year. I'm going to spend a lot more time on the ground. I think that this year is going to be less successful than usual because I'm out there to try to really enjoy myself, and I'm really not focused on business when it comes to the hunt this year.
Mm.
I'm not going to be freaking out about the film. Of course, I'm going to try to film, but I'd like to try to just get back to enjoying it and remember why I started doing this.
When's gator season?
So I didn't draw tags this year. I'm pretty pissed about that. Gator season opens in 8 days.
Okay.
I love gator. So gator, like, all right. So have you gator hunted yet?
No.
Okay. The first time, it's the scariest, most exciting thing ever.
Yeah.
So that's your first gator. Your second gator, this was pretty exciting. Your third gator, this is stupid. Your fourth gator, what are we even doing this for? Then your fifth gator, like, you know what? This is pretty fun. Then your sixth gator, like, this is great. Yeah, let's just enjoy this. Like,
Yeah.
it's really funny how it goes. Like, I say that, but this gator film that I'm editing right now, is pretty exciting. I should have it done in the next couple days. So we had lost my first gator to the hurricane in the freezer. So I went out by myself. I was dedicated to the film, and I wanted this film to come out right. Did you ever see my first gator film with Kevin?
I believe so.
It was dumpster fire. Kevin almost falls in the water. We fish and rod it. I mean, boats breaking down, everything. It was the most fun I've ever had, gator, when it comes to anything in a boat. And I've been trying to recreate that ever since then. I've never been able to recreate it. So I kind of got upset this last gator hunt. I just went out by myself, just camera here, camera there, GoProing it, trying to be stress free. Ended up fishing. So I'm catching fish on camera. I'm fighting this thing. I'm calling Allison. I'm like, honey, what's keeper for sea trout? Because I don't know. She's like, I'm in the shower. What do you want from me? And I'm like, I need to know. I'm catching. Hold on. I got like a 12-foot gator behind me, and I'm trying to turn. I'm trying to catch this gator. It's a dumpster fire. But once you do it, dude, it's so fun. But actually, I'm sorry. I got this backwards. That was the first gator. The second gator I got to eat. The first gator I lost in the hurricane. I just realized that. Because the second gator, we went out. You see, did you ever meet Justin from Florida Bow Fishing Adventures at TBUF? He had that
No.
big giant boat there 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
I've seen his boat, yeah, but I'd never met him physically.
Okay, he had brought his boat there. So Justin, we after losing my gator to the storm, we went out for the second one. We didn't even run the camera. And Justin is super serious, like super serious. Me and Jim went out with him the first year, and Jim was like, "Oh my God, look, there's a gator." He's like, "Shut up." He's like, but there's a gator over there." He's like, "Shut up, he can hear you." He's like, "I don't even know why, I'm just so excited." He's like, "God damn it, shut up." And like, so yelling at Jim to shut up. We're sitting there like SpongeBob and Patrick on this boat, and Justin's professional. He's like, "Listen, I'm going to take my shoes off because I don't want the boat to make a sound when I'm walking. You don't have to take your shoes off, but I'm going to take mine off, okay?" And we're like, "Okay." He's like, "Get your shoes off real quick. Get your shoes off. There's the gator." Like, we were sitting down there. We called it Lieutenant Dan, get down and shut up. Like, he used to yell at his wife for looking too crane-like on the boat when he's gator hunting.
Wow.
But the dude kills like 14-foot alligators. So I don't hunt with Justin because he's too professional. But this last hunt, he says, "Why don't you come out? We'll all go. Everybody bring the whole family." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. You're a little serious for me." And like, I'm going to have my flashlight, and it's going to be like a disco party because we're not allowed to turn our flashlights on when we're gator hunting, by the way. I don't know why. So,
Is he running? Is he running base lighting under the boat, the hull of the
he's
boat?
running everything, dude. That boat is like $200,000. So we end up going out, and Justin's like, "Look, man, like, we're not going for a big gator. Let's just have fun." I'm like, "Okay, I like what you're saying." So what we would do, we would shine very basic, which he would not let us do with big gators. And he's like, "All right, there's like a 5-footer up there." So he would literally just drive up to it, bum rushing it. And what they would do is they would just go woof and go straight down. And the water is so clear that you could shoot it with a bow or you could harpoon it. So we bum rushed this one alligator, and it decided to get up on land. So I took the harpoon and literally threw it like Captain Ahab and got this damn gator. And we're pulling it up over land and everything. It was awesome.
Oh wow.
So we're talking about from now on when we do gator tags, we're going to do our serious hunt, which is, going to be like a 7-8 footer. That's what I typically take because anything bigger is gross. And then we're going to do our dumpster fire hunt with Justin. We're going to make a tradition of just see how many people we could put on this boat, how much noise we can make, how
Bloopers.
much we can. He says that we ruin alligator hunting forever because we educate all the alligators. So we've ruined our area so much that he's okay with us continuing to ruin it because all of them already know what we're doing.
That's nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
So how can folks get a hold of you guys?
The best way to always get me is through the web. Well, how to get a hold of me for orders? How to get a hold of me?
Yeah,
For
the
questions?
Omnivore Homestead and Quivers.
Go to omnivoresquivers.com if you're looking to order anything. That's definitely the easiest way. Even customs and stuff like that, it's easier to email us through there because Allison handles all that. Comments and private messages get lost real easy. We're a small company, but we're actually pretty large company at the same time. So it's hard to keep track of everything.
Right.
But questions, just message me. That's the easiest way. Facebook Messenger always works well out here because we got the internet. Phone calls, forget it. Phone calls are just terrible out here.
Now you guys have a Facebook page and Instagram, correct?
Yeah, I'm about to abandon Instagram.
Mhm.
I'm so tired of it. I mean, are you on Instagram?
I am, but I don't get much traction.
It's horrible. We run the same content that we do on Facebook as we do Instagram. this past month we have 3 million reach on Facebook and an extra 1,000, 2,000 followers for a monthly growth. Instagram, same content. I have like a 2,000 person reach and will lose like -3 followers each month. It's just bots,
Yeah.
and I really believe that. I think Instagram is just almost entirely bots.
I agree with you because I'm getting like all these likes from people I don't even know. And I'm like, I go check them out, but you can't see their stuff.
Oh yeah, it's bots. It's I don't want to abandon a platform. I feel bad because like, I know some people are on Instagram that follow us.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, we're not on Facebook. So like I try to keep it going for everybody, but it's not easy. But YouTube, we're reviving YouTube. I used to love doing all these films and stuff. I just haven't had the time to edit and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I mean, on YouTube, you get a lot of people commenting, especially when Allison's doing the murder apron thing and all
Oh
that
God,
stuff.
yeah.
But that's why I love her because she's 100% not vegan. And
Yeah. Did you see that woman? What's her name?
I watched that. She's crazy.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely, and she's just, I mean, let's be honest here. She knows what she's doing. She ain't stupid. She's,
Right.
controversy sparks conversation. And I know it sucks, but that's how social media works, that sometimes controversy will get things going and get things snowballing. And she was doing that on purpose. And we do it too. We get them riled up sometimes. I get them riled up just because I like to get them riled up.
Hmm.
But yeah, that lady is a total twit. I can't even remember her name. That's how unimportant she is.
Exactly. He's just a pimple on my ass. So,
But yeah, Allison's murder aprons are still so funny. That lady, she thought that the lady executed the rabbits as revenge to get back at me. I'm like, lady, we killed that rabbit like 3 years ago. Like,
yeah.
you're not that important.
Yeah. And
You know, the,
they eat a lot of rabbit in England too.
the murder apron was just so funny because like I made that as a Christmas present or a birthday present because I don't know if you remember that one guy that used to call Allison the murder butcher lady, the rabbit murder butcher lady. And they always said that she was murdering everything. So I made her a murder apron. And then what happened is we were getting turned in to DCF, Department of Child Services, by all the vegans. They got on our page because of something that Allison did and were reporting us. So DCF calls us. They're like, we have 35 open cases against, you putting your child in danger and stuff. And we explained everything that's going on. Luckily that we got an okay lady because some of those people just want to take your kids. That's what they feel like doing.
Yeah.
So the lady's like, look, we're going to drop the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. So we made a post like, we ended up making the murder aprons and all of the money went to Lillian to get a new pool just so that way they could see that she's not being abused. It was so funny. So
That's smart. Very smart. Very smart. Well, Mark, it's a shame we didn't get Allison on here, but maybe another
I
time.
don't know where the heck she is. She took the day off to go to I can't remember where, some museum or something with Lillian and Emily.
Okay.
Got to get out. The weather was so bad they didn't want to be stuck indoors all day.
Yeah, probably getting something to eat,
Yeah,
Uh,
she's up to a lot though. She's definitely up to no good. All we do is eat, man. She got me a new Indian cookbook. Oh my god.
oh, curry?
Yeah. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god, dude. It is.
I love Indian food.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I was ignorant to it for so many years of my life until I finally got into it. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got to have good Indian food to understand.
Yeah,
It's
and that's what it is. It's got to be good. But
people
Indian
think it's
food,
like over spicy. No, it's flavor. There's flavor to it.
even Thai, my whole flavors of everything. There's no good. And I'm sorry, like I love where we live, but there's no good food over here.
Mhm.
There's just nothing. I mean, we've got a sushi place that's awesome. We've got a barbecue place that's pretty darn good. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else over here.
I
So
since I moved here, I found Florida to be food deprived. Best
very.
the best food is the food I make at home.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. I don't want to pay for food anymore to be disappointed. Like, we were at like it's just a wing place. I can't take the kids and the wife and kids out for $120 meal that I'm like, yeah, this was mediocre and crappy and
Right.
I'm still hungry. So we're cooking up like a storm at home. Kimchi. I didn't even know I like kimchi. Oh
Oh,
my
dude.
god.
Yes. I experienced that for the first time a couple of years ago. Coworker from Korea
Yeah.
says, "Come on, man, let's go get a beer." I didn't know Korea had their own beers.
Oh yeah.
And I had some beers and I had kimchi and then some other stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. But as soon as I walked in the house, my wife goes, man, you stink.
Yeah.
Because it comes right out of your pores.
Yeah, straight up garlic. There's a I can't remember the name of the brand at Publix. If you go into like the hippie vegan little like tofu area,
Mhm.
let me see. Actually, I might have a bag here. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Okay. It's Cleveland kimchi.
Okay.
So this is the mild one. The mild one is still good and spicy, which is so funny because it's called Cleveland. It's the same company makes sauerkraut. So I'm like, how good could it possibly be? Dude, it is absolutely amazing. The red bag is hot as hell, but if you're gonna put it in, say, soup or rice or something, it's perfect. Eaten on its own, it'll light you up. But this one, if you need something a little bit more mild. But yeah, Publix has it, and it's been buy one, get one free for like a month now.
I love it. Love it.
But you take this. All right. So the trick is take what was it? We did a rice noodle, venison, sliced paper thin. Throw that all in there with onion, this and that, and then you throw this on top of it afterwards. So it's almost just like a ramen soup or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, this it finishes it right off, dude. It's so good.
My wife works for Costco part time. That's her thing
Okay.
since retiring. So of course she comes home with all this weird stuff. She
Yeah.
brought home a case of ramen the other day, and I read the sodium content.
No, you
Eight,
can't eat that.
1850. It'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we make our own ramen. That's it. Yeah, and not even ramen. So I don't even use the noodles. I like rice noodles.
Yeah, rice noodles are good.
I like well, Allison just got into she's it's because we're still Omnivores Homestead and Quivers.
Mhm.
The whole point of the Homestead thing is how do you stay relevant when you're not hunting?
Right.
So, doing all this other stuff. She got a grain mill now. So I want to make buckwheat noodles, hand cut buckwheat noodles. That's what they do in I want to say Thailand or Korea. I think it's Korea. And start doing that kind of stuff because we're just the stuff at the grocery store, man, is toxic. I sound like one of these, pot smoking hippies, like, but
No,
it's all
you're right.
toxic.
You're
Grocery
absolutely
store.
right. Processed food is crap.
Hey, guess who just showed up?
Hey,
It's Allison. You want to talk to her for a minute?
yeah.
Okay, let me tell her to come in. Hold on. You got to make a cameo on the podcast.
Oh, I was sure you were still doing it.
Yeah, well, we were about to cut it off, and they were all bummed. We were just talking about buckwheat noodles. So jump on in there.
And kimchi.
Talk about kimchi and all this weird food and everything.
Oh, goodness. Here you go, honey.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, hey, Allison, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You have a good time with the kids?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
it was fun. We went to like this museum of science and industry thing, and it was really neat. They had a planetarium there. We made planetarium jokes the whole time.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Well, you guys were cooped up because of the weather, so you had to get out.
Yeah, the kids woke up, and Emily did not want to be in the house, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see that you had that taco. Yes, that one was beef. The other one.
Allison brought me tacos and is feeding me beef.
It's Taco Tuesday. They asked me if I wanted a free taco, and I said yeah, and they gave me a beef taco instead of
Why
beef
not?
taco.
Take it. Take it.
Well, I
Take
can't
it.
eat beef.
He can't have beef.
I'm cheating and eating.
I know. We
tacos.
talked about that. We talked about the
Yeah.
alpha gal thing.
Yeah. So,
Excellent.
Tell them what you're up to with all your weird breads and stuff.
what am I up to? A whole lot of good stuff. Not good stuff, depending on how you look at it, I guess.
Well,
I've recently acquired a grain mill, so I've been grinding all my own flours and things like that. Yeah.
I use your spice mix religiously.
Oh, good.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Thank you for supporting us with that.
Yeah, I love it. My wife doesn't like spicy food, but I'm Spanish, so I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I load it up.
Okay. I mean, is ours too hot for her?
It's not spicy at all.
I was
She's
going
from
to say,
Wisconsin.
it's got like a touch.
She's from Wisconsin, so it's just give me a steak and a potato. That's it.
American cheese is spicy to them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm all about tearing it up.
Good.
So when you got into this outdoor thing, did you always hunt, or did you just start hunting when you married Mark?
I mean, growing up, my dad hunted. We were not very involved with it, but I do remember seeing like dead deers on the table and things like that, and hanging from our swing sets as kids. But my parents split when I was young. I was probably about 12 when they split, and I didn't really see very much of my dad after that. So my mom met a new husband, or married somebody else, and he did not hunt at all. So I was not in the outdoors, exposed to it or anything like that. But I feel like I was always interested in it. I always found myself dating guys, boyfriends and whatnot, that were into the outdoors. But I never hunted until Mark. I would fish and stuff like that, but I never hunted until Mark.
Now you've become quite an accomplished archer, from what I've seen at the TBOF shoots. The little plaques and stuff. Both of you, Mark and yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you guys actually kicked butt in the last one. Remember the one that was at the canyon?
You won, didn't
Canyons?
You?
Yeah, you won.
Canyon?
Oh, canyons! You won primitive class.
Did I win?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I can't remember which one's
She
which.
can't keep track. She just wins every time.
I wouldn't say that.
Hi, Lillian.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You won the state championship too this year. You and Mom went back.
That's right. I did win that one.
No.
In Ocala, right?
I don't know what I did yesterday, to be honest.
Yesterday you skinned a rabbit. There you go.
Right. Chances are, yeah. But
Well, good.
But yeah, it's been fun shooting. But no, I never did that until Mark, and we started out with compound.
That's what you did.
Yeah, I started out with a compound, and I started out with a PSE takedown recurve. That was my first one.
You were bow fishing back then.
That was before bow fishing.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I started out with that. That one became the bow fishing bow, but I started out with that, and then I went to compound.
Huh.
And then I went right back to traditional. I never hunted with compound. It was all just target shooting with that.
I do have a compound right below my feet here.
All
Which
right.
I tore my rotator cuff several years ago. So
Okay.
I went to that, and then I realized I need a chiropractor. So I went to the chiropractor. He got me straightened out.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It got me into it and stuff.
Compound's just so boring.
It's for compound. It's a lot of this gadget, that gadget,
And binoculars. You got to see where your shot went.
Well, I don't think I even went to any shoots
I
never even did a shoot with the compound. I just kind of dipped my toe into it. And then what happened? I got pregnant, right? And I stopped.
You got a 30-30 is what happened.
I think while I was shooting compound is when I got pregnant with Lillian. So I really stopped shooting anything. And then after having Lillian, I got back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you were 30-06.
Oh.
You were dropping all those deer with the 30-06.
Which you'll probably do this year too, right?
You did 243.
I did 243 last year. I think we're switching me over to a 44
Magnum.
A 44 mag this year.
Ruger.
This
Okay.
coming
I'd like
year.
to switch over to both.
I mean, we did good with the 243, but we didn't get much of a blood trail at all. I mean, I shot a buck this year, and I only shot him at like 15 yards maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked around. I wandered around. Luckily, I was in a meadow. I wandered around and was able to find the deer, but there wasn't a drop of blood. And when I was skinning him out, like a 2-inch chunk of the bottom of his heart fell out in my hand when I got around his armpit area. I was like, it blew his heart out, and he still ran 100 right. yards, and I didn't have a speck of blood. So
I used to shoot a 25-06 and never had good blood at all. So I went back to the 30-06 with a heavier bullet, 180 grain, and that gave me what I needed. But when you're hunting with a gun up north, my shots are no more than 50 yards.
Yeah.
Because I'm in big.
Mine are better. I mean, my shots are inside 20, and really I should be taking them with a bow. I'm not out there enough confident to take an animal. I'm on and honestly, like when we go down there, I'm on a meat hunt, and I'm there to kind of whack and stack.
Yeah.
So I go with a bow because I'm not as practiced, or I go with a gun because I'm not as practiced with a bow.
Sure.
And it allows me the opportunity to reach out. Plus I'm usually hunting with the kids down in the ground blind.
Right. So, got to keep them entertained while you're shooting and all that. And
yeah, I got to be able to shoot.
6 months old when you shot your deer this year?
Well, she was born in April, and we shot it in November, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
8 months.
Yeah, 7 months.
Yeah, she had a screaming baby at 7 months, and that's how many deer there are down there. You could have a crying baby, and still pop deer the whole
Well,
time.
it would sound like a young doe bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
I had a carrier and she was on my back, and I was standing up bouncing in the ground blind to get her to go to sleep, and Lillian's behind me in the ground blind, and the deer came in, and I was like, she had fallen asleep before I put the ear protectors on her, so I said, Lillian, cover her ears for me, because Lillian had earplugs on, and I shot that one. And then the next day I had her in my lap, and I was nursing her in my lap when the deer came in, and she had fallen asleep. I had the ear protectors on her that time, but I was able to kind of lean over and shoot the deer with her sleeping on my lap.
Oh, that's an awesome accomplishment. Yeah. Awesome.
And she didn't wake up either. It was great.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for jumping in for a few minutes here for the cameo. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Mark, again for your time. We'll have to get together sometime in the future.
Absolutely.
Folks, like and subscribe my channel, the Droptine Traditions podcast, please. It'll allow me to bring you some more content, and please support the Omnivore folks here. And take care of each other, love each other, and respect each other. With that being said, I'm going to sign off, guys, because I'm going to go eat some meatballs.
That sounds delicious.
Are they Puerto Rican meatballs?
We should make some meatballs.
No, they're Wisconsin meatballs. They have no flavor.
Just put some of my spice mix on them.
That's what I'm going to do. Yep, absolutely. Well, thanks again, folks. You have a good evening.
We'll see you later.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.